Congressman Tom Cole of Oklahoma. Tom, it's good to have you on the show.
Tom, what's going on there, Tom? I mean, you got chaos in the House. You got Harry Reid in the Senate, obviously saying if he even gets the bill over from the House, he's going to effectively kill it in the Senate. What's going on?
Well, first of all, Harry Reid, Democrats in the Senate couldn't pass a bill yesterday, and they quit and went home. We couldn't pass a bill yesterday, and we're at work, and we're here. And we're going to pass this bill. The Speaker made it very apparent. We had a good conference yesterday. I think we narrowed the differences between ourselves. We're pretty close. And we had a great deputy whip meeting last night where we talked through, as you know, Joe, how these things work, how to persuade some of our colleagues to, see it the majority's way. The Rules Committee met last night, passed the same-day rule, so we'll bring that to the floor this morning. We're ready to act not only today, but any day between now and September 5th. So I think we just have to keep working at it. I think the Speaker had it about right yesterday, and we'll get there.
Congressman Cole, this is Gene Robinson. There was a contradiction yesterday that I'm still struggling to understand. The leadership statement, when the bill didn't pass, essentially said, well, but there are plenty of administrative things that President Obama can do and should be doing at the border. And that was a day after the House voted to sue President Obama for taking administrative action. So how does that square?
Well, I'm not going to disagree with you because it's the point I made myself in conference. Look, you can't say on the one hand that the president's overreaching by acting without legislative authority and direction and then refuse to give him legislative authority and direction in another area. So I don't disagree with what you have to say at all. That's exactly what needs to occur. We've got a good bill. It actually addresses the problem, a problem the president's identified but refused to produce a solution to, provides an adequate amount of money to get us to the end of the year. We'll continue and give him additional resources next year. But the first thing is to actually pass legislation across the House floor. So I'll tell you, that's what we're going to do today. I'm not going to point a lot of fingers at the president until we get our own job done.
Congressman Cole, it's Willie Geist. You've heard a lot of your fellow Republicans right there in the House, including Peter King, but others as well, saying the reason this bill was pulled yesterday is plain and simple. Ted Cruz got a bunch of Republicans in a room and says we can't go this way. Does that sound right to you?
Well, I got up this morning and read the old Rudyard Kipling poem, If, so I'm going to be very careful about what I say. But, look, at the end of the day, you can point fingers at senators or other people. Your voting card's your own. And you have to have enough nerve to cast some tough votes around here. This is really about us as a conference and individual members, whether they want to be part of a team or they think their individual judgment is always superior to the collective judgment of both our leadership and the conference. So you got to work through that. And at the end of the day, you're responsible for your vote. So pointing to Ted Cruz or Jeff Sessions or anybody else, to me, not particularly productive. You need to look in the mirror and decide, you're going to get the job done or not.
Whether you get the courage to do it yourself or not. All right, Tom. Thank you so much. How are the Sooners going to be this year?
Hey, now we're rated number 3, but we think we're number 1. So,
Boomer Sooner, baby.
I like it.
Absolutely.
Right, well, thank you so much for being with us. We appreciate it. Don't you guys wish every politician in Washington would talk like politicians
I think the quote he's referring to, isn't it? If you can keep your head when all about you are losing